This is our third video regarding 3G RRC. In this video, we will consider uplink issue clarification in RRC connection and some suggestions. In 3G, downlink and uplink coverage isn't balanced always, and it may lead an issue during access. For example, figure here, UE at the point A and B are both the coverage area of the downlink. UE at the point A is also covered by uplink, but UE at the point B isn't. UE in the idle mode, B in the idle mode or in the self-hatch or self-PCH state can randomly access a cell and initiate services. UEB may fail to initiate calls or access the network service due to limited or not stable coverage. This is our general RRC connection flow, and at the step 6, RRC sends RRC connection setup to UE on the fetch channel. In the step 7, UE will respond with RRC connection step complete to RNC on DCH channel with signal rates 13.6 kilobit per second, and we can make this signaling rate 3.4 kilobit per second dynamically according to EcIo during RRC connection request, and it can lead more stable RRC connection during uplink issue. SRB 3.4 and SRB 13.6 kilobit per second comparison. SRB 3.4 kilobit per second indicates that the RRC connection is established on the 3.4 kilobit per second dedicated channel. SRB 13.6 kilobit per second indicates that the RRC connection is established on the 30.6 kilobit per second in dedicated channel. DCH 3.4 uses a spreading factor 256. DCH 13.6 uses spreading factor 64. The spreading factor to 156 has a higher interleaving gain than spreading factor 64, and the spreading factor 56 has a lower block error rate than spreading factor 64 in the fast fading scenario. So the uplink signaling with spreading factor to 156 will be more stable, and the RRC will be more easier to receive RRC connection complete message. Then the RRC setup success rate will improve, but the spreading factor 256 has longer access delay. RRC setup downlink uplink issue clarification. As we already mentioned in previous videos, if you have an issue in downlink, RNC may send 8 times RRC connection. If you have an issue in uplink, UE may RNC sends 2 times or 4 times or 6 times RRC connection setup message to UE. So UE has a more chance to receive RRC setup from RNC as RNC sends 8 times in downlink. So, but RNC has less chance to receive RRC connection setup complete message in uplink as it sends only once. So according to statistic, we found that mostly we may have an issue in uplink because of RRC connection setup complete message sends only once. Here we have a recommendation. We may set this SRB rate 3.4 on cell level and on RNC level fixed value by this MML command for different services. impact to the network. For example, if we set this parameter fixed value for 3.4 kilobit per second, it may affect to all UV on the cell, even UV has good coverage in uplink. Another recommendation, coverage-based adaptive SRB rate. Coverage-based adaptive SRB rate adjustment, it lets RRC adjust SRB rate on the CH according to EcIo value which received on RRC request. So we can enable RRC connection setup and Video-3 state transition triggered by CS service setup by this switch. Also, we can enable this adaptive SRB rate adjustment on specific service according to current network usage. So this is the switch belong to for different services. So first we can query the RRC attempt distribution by these counters. Then we may apply only on specific services. Also, we can adjust the EcIo threshold based on all parameters. If, for example, if EcIo is higher than -14 dB, always we use SRB 13.6. If EcIo is below the -14 dB, we may use only SRB 3.4 kilobit per second. Below these thresholds allows all the CS service use 13.6 SRB. Impact on network performance. Coverage-based adaptive SRB rate adjustment solution affects the UV whose EcIo is lower than -14 dB in RRC setup procedure, and service setup success rate increases, but service setup access delay increases slightly. We can monitor the service setup access delay by below counters.